Hello students, hope you all are doing well. So let's start our online English language class. And we are going through the revision of the chapters which are in our first term examination. We completed already all the chapters for our first term examination, and I hope you all read the chapter thoroughly and understand all the chapters and read the question answers too, which I gave you through the online classes. And today we will start revision of the chapter 3, the mountain that ate people. So the story, the mountain that ate people, is a story which gives us a lesson that old people are valuable to us. Their experiences and their knowledges help us a lot. Actually, the story is written by Hema Pandey. Author of the story is Hema Pandey, who is an author of children's books, and she is best known for her translations of Japanese folk tales. So this story, The Mountain That Ate People, is a Japanese folk tales actually. So let us read once again the story. Long, long ago in Japan, there was a small state ruled by a young feudal lord who hated old people. Feudal, that means the jamindar type, who have their own land, the landowner actually. So, long ago in Japan, there was a small state, and the ruler was a young feudal lord who hated old people. What a great nuisance these old folks are, he cried. They can neither walk nor think, are utterly useless, and should all die after they are 61. Actually, he was a hater. He hated old people always because his thought process was like that. The old people are useless and they can neither walk nor think because of their old age, because of their physical inabilities, so that they are useless. And they should all die after the age of 61. It was his thought process, the thought process of the young feudal lord. So he issued a decree and threatened that whoever broke it would be punished most severely. Decree, it is an official order actually, a decision, especially one made by the ruler of a country. So that feudal lord issued a decree and threatened that whoever broke it would be punished. Oh, what a cruel feudal lord he was! How his people feared him. The feudal lord actually very cruel. As we read the story, you can understand that the feudal lord was very cruel, and for that people feared him a lot, and the people were all terrified. The terrified people, weeping and sorrowful, were forced to take their old parents when they became 61 to the dense forests on the high mountain near the city. and leave them in the cold and rain at the mercy of wild animals. Actually, because of the feudal lord, all the people terrified and sorrowful too, because they all were forced to take their old parents to the dense forests on the high mountain near the city and leave them in the cold and rain, and finally the old wild animals ate the old people. So this mountain came to be known as the mountain that ate people. Actually, mountain couldn't eat any people. As all the old peoples, they must go to the mountain, and the wild animals killed them finally. So that mountain was known as the mountain that ate people. Soon there was hardly any old people left, and the feudal lord was jubilant. As there were then no more old people were there, so the feudal lord was very happy. Because why he was very happy? Because he hated old people. Now my state will surely prosper. We all are young and energetic and have no aged folk to hinder and trouble. According to the feudal lord thought process, he thought that all the old people are useless and the young and energetic people only have the power to do jobs and to think better. For that, he was happy that there was no aged people. Now there was a farmer who lived with his mother and loving her dearly, never did anything without her advice. In that state, there was a farmer who lived with his mother, and there was a very deep bonding between the mother and her son. And the son, the farmer, never did anything without his mother's advice. But alas, everyone grows old with time. Soon his mother too turned 61. Soon the farmer's mother turned 61, and since they had lived in the village all their lives, it was impossible to hide her age. And as his mother became 61, so the farmer had to obey the decree of the feudal lord, and all the people who lived in the village knew that what was the age of that lady, of that farmer's mother. How terribly upset the poor farmer was. The farmer was very sad that now it is his mother's turn to go to the mountain and she should die there. Even at night, he tossed and turned, unable to sleep with worry and fear. Till one day the mother called him and said, "Son, I am now 61. Before that, when his mother became 61, before that, the farmer spent all the nights without sleep, with a great worry and fear that he should go with, he should leave his mother in the mountain. And soon one day his mother called him and said that she was now 61. Please take me quickly to the mountain and leave me there. The mother said to her son, the farmer, the longer you delay, more miserable you shall be, and the heartless Lord will punish you fearfully. Don't be sad for me, since we must all die someday. She was a brave lady actually, so that she ordered her son that don't delay. As you delay, then it will be miserable for you, as the heartless Lord will punish her son. "Oh, mother, forgive me," sobbed the unhappy man. "I cannot do this." But because of her insistence, he agreed to take her at last. The farmer was very sorrowful, and so he cried and became very unhappy. He said to his mother that he can't do that. But his mother insisted him, and he agreed to take her at last. Since she was unable to go up by herself, he took her up on his back, and with tears trickling down his face, climbed up silently and slowly. Cried a lot, and with tears in his eyes, he climbed up the mountain, taking his mother up on his back. The narrow path wound up through dark and desolate forests. Gradually, even the trail could hardly be seen in the falling dusk. It was by evening, and the environment became darker and darker, and the forest was a desolate forest. The farmer had to part the tall grasses and lift the overhanging foliage as he climbed higher and higher. As the forest was a dense one, so the farmer had to part the grasses and lift the foliage. Foliage means the leaves of the plants, and in this way he climbed higher and higher. Crack! Suddenly the old mother, perched on his back, broke off a twig from a tree. Suddenly, with the sound of crack, the old mother, who was on the farmer's back, broke off the twigs from the tree. Twigs means the tree branches, small tree branches. Hardly had the farmer taken a few weary steps more, then crack, she broke another. Again crack, crack. The puzzled young farmer stopped. "Mother, why are you breaking so many twigs?" he asked. As his mother broke so many twigs, so the farmer asked her that why she broke so many twigs. "I am breaking and throwing them down," replied the mother calmly. The mother calmly replied that she break the twigs and throw all those downwards. I know that I'll not be alive by tomorrow, but it will be extremely dangerous if you lose your way returning home. The mother replied that she knows very well that the wild animals will at her, and by tomorrow, but by the next day actually. But if her son will lose his way returning home, then it will be extremely dangerous for him. So this much for today. I'll revise the next part of the story in my next class, and you read the story line by line, okay, and try to understand the inner meaning of all the words. It's a very valuable, this story actually carries a valuable value, a great value to us, okay. So you all take care of yourself until my next class. Bye to all of you.